Okay, so I've taken an approach to design the whole building in one go rather than individual rooms. I thought that would give us a fuller picture and show how the different luminaires tie into the areas. So we'll start down in the canteen where there's going to be a meeting table in here. So I've gone for a continuous lighting theme with uplight as well as downlight. There's 3 units that I've put in here, but I was undecided. 2 I thought was slightly on the light side for the lighting levels, so I've stuck with 3 at the moment. And over the kitchenette area, there's just 1 unit there, which is just downward light only. I didn't think it needed to be uplight, but if you've got any thoughts on that and you want to put a bit of uplighting on the ceiling here as well, then that could be changed. That's not a problem. So that one was fairly simple. And then we come into the main open area with the mezzanine. I've put in some LDT files to represent those IKEA lights that you've put in there, and then I've gone with the design brief of these industrial looking but kind of decorative high bays, and it worked out as I thought, as we discussed on the site, where we would need 2 rows of 4. So, and that works out nicely for the lighting level, and it meets glare regulations too, which is what we want. Some of the cheaper ones will make it a bit glary in there, but along each of these small ridges I've put LED tape, and I think that gives a nice effect for the whole kind of building. So yeah, I think that looks good. On the mezzanine, with a couple of desks on the mezzanine, I've gone for like a rectangular connected up version of the continuous lighting. A couple of the elements for uplight to give us a bit of reflected light on the ceiling, but everything else is downward light, and that gives a good level of light for the 2 desks and the whole kind of area on the mezzanine. Okay, over the stairs to the mezzanine, I've put another one of these pendants, but I've used a lower output version to just cover the levels needed on the stairs. So I kind of went with that for the stairs to the meeting conference room. So I've put one there just directly above this beam, so not under the skylight. It would have been better to be a bit further over, but it does the job there. So that will give us a good level of light here. Now we've got some existing lights along the ridge and up the side here. We could put some lights in there if you wanted, but this one light will do the job. Now for both the one over the mezzanine stairs and the conference stairs, we can make emergency versions, so that will give us a good coverage for the emergency versions too. So we'll go over to the conference room. Let's just spin the room around a bit. So again, I've gone for the same rectangular format as over the mezzanine with a couple of the uplighting modules, so it gives a nice feel to the room, and that with the LED tape down both sides running down the wall, I think looks quite nice. So we meet all the lux levels, so all is good for that. So and what I haven't said about this continuous lighting, comes in black or white. We've got those 2 options. The black looks quite nice, but the white's quite nice too. In the waiting area, I've got 1 smaller unit up down light, and that does the lighting level that we need that to do in there. And then the only other element to talk about is the entrance area, where I've gone for like a U-shaped track to get past the smoke detector we have in the middle there. A couple of these linear discrete luminaires that clip into the track, and then we've got spotlights which are focused on the wall or wherever you may put photos or displays or whatever. So those are very much a factor to be decided. I've just put in for the scheme, for the purposes of this, I've put 5 10-watt spots. So And that's about it as far as, you know, the look of the building, the lighting for the building. So I will just click onto light levels mode very quickly just to talk you through that. 500 lux is this dark green, 750 lux is the blue there. So the lighting level for the main kind of technical area, when I run the calculation specifically, is good. It's around about the 500 and between 500 and 600 as an average. Glare was all within regulation, so that is all good for that area. The meeting room, a little bit on the higher side, which is why I was saying whether I couldn't decide between 2 or 3, and that can be decided later, or we can try and modify the output to suit. But really, getting the style agreed is what we want to try and do. Mezzanine again, it's good level of illumination for the desks. The waiting room in here, it's a comfortable level, just between 200 and 300 lux. The entrance here, yeah, it's a good level for the entrance. And on the walls, you can see where I put the spotlights, you know, so we can make something of wall displays or pictures just to make the entrance look a bit nicer. I've only got them focused on that one wall, but obviously they can be pointed wherever. And then round to the meeting room here, you can see this is again same kind of lux levels, between 500 and 750 lux for that, which is what we want for a meeting. Again, glare's all compliant, and we've got a good level of light on the walls and the ceilings, you'll see, so that's all good. And then very lastly, to finish off, the stairs with those 2 pendants, you can see we want to hit at least 150 lux, which is these orange tones, so we're getting that for the stairs off those 2 pendants, so the emergency versions of those should cover those. So hopefully that gives us something to talk about for a start. I think at the moment it looks pretty reasonable as an opening gambit for the brief. But any questions, feedback, or concerns, and please let me know. Thanks.